All right, today we're diving into the creative process, but with a bit of a magical twist. We're going to see how AI can become this incredible partner in creation, helping us not just to write, but to refine, rewrite, and totally reimagine our work. And our guide for this whole adventure? A wise, ancient dragon named Zoran, who calls himself the Oracle of Iteration.
And Zoran just cuts right to the chase with this one. We always think the magic is in that first brilliant idea, right? That lightning strike. But he's telling us no, no. The real magic, the kind that truly transforms things, lives in iteration, in the trying and failing and trying again. So let's step into what Zoran calls the Oracle's Chamber. Now, this isn't some scary, judgmental place. Think of it more like a blacksmith's forge or an artist's studio, a space where we can take those raw, fiery sparks of our ideas and start hammering them into something really special.
Okay, and this is maybe the most important mindset shift we need to make. For so many of us, the word revision just feels like admitting failure, like we didn't get it right the first time. But that's not it at all. Like Zoran says, this is where the fire sharpens the blade. It's all about making something good into something unforgettable. It's just part of the evolution.
Now that we're in the right headspace, let's actually define our terms. What exactly is this art of iteration that our Dragon Guide is so hyped about?
At its core, iteration is just that, the art of trying again. But hang on, look at that last part, because you grew. That's the secret sauce right there. You don't rewrite because your first draft was bad. You rewrite because in the process of writing it, you got better. You got smarter. You now see things that you simply couldn't see before.
And Zoran breaks this down for us into three main skills. First, you've got refining. That's like polishing a stone, just making the details sharper and brighter. Then there's rewriting. This is a bigger step, maybe recasting the whole thing in a new structure. And finally, the boldest move, reimagining. This is where you flip the whole thing on its head and change your entire approach.
So where does AI come into play here? Well, first, it can act as a mirror. It takes what you've written and just shows it back to you, but without all of your personal baggage and biases attached. It helps you see what's actually on the page, not what you just meant to put on the page. But a mirror can only show you what's already there, right? That's when AI can shift gears and become a mentor. A mentor doesn't just reflect, it guides. It can look at your work and say, hey, you know what might be missing here? Or this part's a little confusing, or what if this character was stronger? It gives you paths forward. And then, this is where it gets really, really cool. AI can become your muse. A muse doesn't just reflect or guide, it inspires. It can throw out these wild, unexpected possibilities that help you see what could be. So you've got the mirror for what is, the mentor for what's missing, and the muse for what's possible. Awesome, right?
Okay, enough with the theory. It's time to actually get our hands dirty. Zoran has given us this practical little ceremony, a ritual, to actually connect with the AI and see how this whole thing works in the real world.
And here it is, our quest, our starting point. It's simple, it's a little weird, and it's just brimming with potential. A turtle who teaches time travel. Let's see what happens when we feed this little phrase to the oracle.
Whoa, look at this. This is a perfect demonstration of the AI as a muse. Instantly, we get two completely different takes. On the left, it's funny, right? A nervous little turtle with a wonky time machine for a shell. But on the right, the whole tone shifts. Now it's this epic, ancient being whose shell is a cosmic map. It's the same core idea, but they feel like they're from two totally different universes. And this is basically Zoran's ritual in action. You start with your own creation, your story. Then you ask the AI to play with it, give you different styles like we just saw. You pick the one that sparks something in you, and you ask the AI to build on it. Then, and this is so important, you ask it for feedback. What's working, what's not. You take that, revise again, and then you just step back and reflect. It's a loop, a dance between you and the machine. So let's just zoom out for a second and really crystallize this partnership. At each stage of creation, how is the AI Oracle actually helping? This table just lays it out so perfectly. At the very beginning, that blank page stage, it can be your brainstorming partner. When you're rewriting, it's that master of styles we saw. When you need a fresh pair of eyes, it offers feedback. Stuck on a scene, it can help you expand it with more detail. And when you're feeling really brave, it can help you totally reimagine the entire project. It's a partner for the whole journey. This all leads to probably the biggest,
most important question of all. If we're using AI to help us do all this stuff, what happens to our own voice, our own unique creativity?
And this right here is the key. This is the whole point. The AI isn't supposed to replace you. Think of it as a sounding board. By showing you all these different possibilities, by reflecting your own words back to you in new ways, it actually helps you figure out what you really want to say. It helps you recognize your own voice when you see it.
I want to end with this last piece of wisdom from Zoran because it just hits the nail on the head. The goal isn't for a machine to come in and fix your story. The goal is to use this incredible tool to help you cut through the noise and find the amazing story that was already inside you waiting to be told. So now, the question comes back to you. The oracle is waiting, the tools are right there. Think about that idea you've been kicking around, or that project that's been sitting on your hard drive. What will you reimagine first?